Hi, Jason. All right, let's go and take a look. I want to address your writing here real quick, then we'll go ahead and look at the ad. Choosing images. I wanted to show a beautiful beach. It's much for me. I wanted to display some of St. Thomas' rich history because it was part of the appeal to book. Because part of the appeal to book at Amethyst Bay is guided tours, so I chose to add the St. Thomas tours. I disagree with that choice, and I'll describe that in a second. Addition, I couldn't just have an empty beach. I thought about the different items I could place in the sand, but ultimately decided on the model. After masking her out of her original scene, she fit perfectly. I brought all the images into Photoshop engine before bringing them into Illustrator. I used pretty much the same. Just good, excellent. Good job addressing your technical approach. Excellent. You definitely want to do that as a designer, a student designer. You always want to describe your technical approach. It helps we instructors quite a bit in determining how you're learning. So let's go ahead and at this point, you've got two submissions here. They're both titled Magazine Rough JPEG, but they're really considerably different. Let's take a look at the first one, and we can see, now let's take a look at the second one, and you can see the color shifts are really dramatic, and that's not a good thing. This logo is blue, this logo is the right color purple. I'm not real sure what happened to this ad, but we're gonna just get rid of that one since the color shifts have created some unfavorable results. Okay, so we take a look at this one. I'm just going to reduce this a little bit, fit it in the window here so that we can go ahead and make some comments. Let me see, what do we have here? Let's do this. Okay, just want to get that in the window. Okay, so the first thing I see is that the background image itself appears to be very damaged. I would not recommend using this image. Two reasons. Number one, it's damaged. I mean, we don't really have to zoom in that closely to see. We can see pixelization and compression artifact. Even if we click that right there, you can see those are just really, it's a really pixelated image. Very damaged. As I said, I recommend replacing this image. The general configuration, I think it's okay. There's some things we can do to make some improvements to the ad. But let's go ahead and continue now. Let me see. So logo, I think the logo is really, it's too big. It's overwhelming, overpowering the ad, creating too much weight at the top of the composition, and really just kind of stealing a hierarchy away from where it should be, and that is image and type. So I recommend, also you've done something with the ad. It looks like you've adjusted, or you've somehow edited the logo. Now, keep in mind, as a designer, when you have a style guide, you typically you're not allowed to touch the elements in the style guide. The logo is placed, it shouldn't be duplicated, shouldn't add any kind of background or any kind of effects at all. Do not add anything to the logo. The logo is the client's Bible, and it should not be touched. And we need to be dogmatic on that. We do not alter the logo at all. Okay, that said, so we have logo, you've got 50% off for a week. Now, theoretically, this would be the headline and subhead. So that should be Arial bold, that should be Arial bold italic. This should be regular Arial. Okay, now this image of the church, I would not put it in the ad because it's going to create some confusion. Okay, you're saying 50% off for a week, and then you're talking about summer and half price at the resort, but you have something else pictured here, so it creates some confusion. We don't want to confuse the viewer. It could be the difference of booking this trip or not. So we definitely don't. We want to keep things as streamlined as possible, and I think that removing that image will definitely help in that regard. Okay, so what do we have here? Here's what we'll do. We take this. Oh, another reason that we want to replace the background image is that it's pretty cloudy, and these clouds are getting kind of dark and gray, and it almost looks like impending thunderstorm or impending rain. And for a resort, I used to work for a Mexican resort, and I remember during a meeting, one of the design team was showing some images for approval, and the marketing team from the resort saw one image. One of my cohorts had presented an image, and they just were, the image had clouds in the background. They're like, absolutely not. Do not bring images of clouds into this office. And I was like, wow, they're pretty serious. And come to think of it, it makes sense. This is a Caribbean resort. You don't want to feature clouds because it gives the impression that there's going to be clouds on your vacation that you've saved up for all year long. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so let's talk about reconfiguring the ad. All right, 50% off for a week, and then your body copy. We move that up a little bit in the end. Now, it depends on the background image. I definitely want to replace the background image. But anyways, what I would suggest doing is taking this logo and reducing it. Watch my cursor. Something like this, right down there for that logo. It's a great exit strategy. The viewer is going to leave the page in this area anyway, so we might as well reinforce branding by presenting the logo there. Then I would take the contact information and put it down here. That's it. That's all I would do. It's just, and then that would require to move the type up just a little bit. But that's okay. So you move the type up to right about here, headline, subhead, body copy. Okay, then we have logo down here, contact information here. This is the masked image, so that works perfectly. So we just need to replace that background image, and we are in business. All right, so let's go ahead and make those changes, and go ahead and let me know if you have any questions. Let's get these changes squared away so that we can start work next week on the banner ad. So the magazine ad should be complete by the time you start on the banner ad. So go ahead and make those changes. Resubmit if you would like. I can go ahead and make some comments just to make sure we're headed in the right direction. If you elect not to resubmit, be sure to reflect these changes in your final campaign, which is coming up due here in a couple of short weeks. So okay, and again, at this point, the most important thing is to get with me quickly if you have any questions at all. All right, great. Thank you very much.